Hi, my name is Amber and this is my June wrap-up. So this month was filled with traveling and a new job, so my reading is a little bit on the slower side right now. Shocked by how much I did end up getting through, but it definitely wasn't what I was hoping to get through this month, but here are the books that I ended up reading. First, I picked up volume 1 of The Earl and the Fairy. This is one that I had heard some really good things about and just decided to kind of pick it up on a whim. Our main character is a fairy doctor and she's one of the few that can actually see fairies and other creatures. She is kidnapped and then eventually rescued by a guy who claims to be the rightful heir to the fairy kingdom, and it's just really fun and kind of interesting. It's different, so I ended up giving it 4 stars. The next book I read this month was The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. I had been wanting to pick up this book for such a long time. Everyone seems to love this story so much, and I finally did, and I loved it. It was perfection and amazing, and these characters are so good and you can't help but love them, and I am extremely excited already for the next book. I want to read it right now. If you don't know, this is our main character Monty, who is going on a final kind of road trip around the world with his friend Percy and his sister Felicity, but he has a crush on Percy and it's just kind of their adventures and crazy things that happen throughout this journey. So it was a ton of fun and I am so incredibly glad that I finally picked it up. This was amazing and I easily gave it 5 stars. Next, I picked up The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. I read Love, Simon a couple months back and really loved it, so I was excited to get into more of her works, and this one was good. It was still entertaining. I still really enjoyed the characters. I thought it was sweet and fun and a really fast read, but it wasn't as incredible as I was really hoping it would be. I went into this expecting a decent amount and it was still good. It just wasn't fantastic. So I ended up giving this 3 stars. Next, I picked up Rebel Belle by Rachel Hawkins. This is a story about a girl who one day just ends up having superpowers and learns that she's supposed to protect this boy at her school, and it is one that everybody raves about the first book, but then they complain about the rest of the series. So I decided to pick up the first one just to see how I felt about it, and I ended up really loving it. This was a lot of fun. These characters are really funny and it was just enjoyable. It was overall just a really enjoyable book. Now I'm in a hard spot where I don't know if I want to continue the series or not, so I will need your help. If you guys have read this series, please let me know if I should continue on with it or not, and I gave it 5 stars. Next, I picked up American Panda by Gloria Chow. This is about our main character May, whose family's pretty much kind of ruling her life. They're making her life decisions, what job she should have, who she should marry. She ends up reconnecting with her brother, who is actually estranged from the family for dating the wrong woman, and she starts to kind of question everything, and it's really just a story about her growing into who she is and being herself and really following what she wants in life. So it was really sweet. I loved the main character. She was amazing, and I ended up giving it 4 stars. Next, I decided to pick up Shadow of the Mark by Lee Fallon. This is the sequel to Carrier of the Mark, and I kind of flew through the audiobook a lot faster than I thought I would. I enjoyed the first book. I thought it was an interesting concept. Our main character ends up moving to Ireland, where she kind of feels really drawn to this boy in her school, and she learns she's part of this group that have control over the elements, and I really like the power idea. I really enjoy some of the characters, and they're just really quick books to get through if you just want something that's really fast. For the second one, 80% of it, I was invested. I wanted to keep reading. I enjoyed these characters. They weren't making amazing decisions, but it was still a lot of fun to read. I really enjoyed the first book more, and I already had some issues with the first book, so I ended up giving the second one 2 stars. And the last book that I picked up this month was volume 1 of Astonishing XMen. I'm a huge Joss Whedon fan, and I've heard amazing things about the storyline. I decided to go ahead and read the first one and see how I felt about it, and I really loved it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I definitely plan on continuing on with the other volumes very soon, so I ended up giving this 5 stars. So those are all the books that I read in the month of June. Let me know your favorite read from this month down below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.